Apparently, everyone is building AI agents now. ChatGPT agents, Claude employees, AI CEOs, AI coaches, entire artificial companies with more job titles than customers. And every week, a new expert appears to teach you how to build your own AI workforce, usually inside a course that costs more than the workforce. But when you look under the hood, some of these agents are a saved prompt, a Claude project, a folder of documents, and maybe a spreadsheet wearing a corporate lanyard. So today, when somebody says, I built an AI agent, we are asking one question. What did they actually build? Hello, welcome back to Smart AF. And stay with me because once you see what is actually being built, some of those $1,000 AI workforce courses start looking very different. By the end, I will also give you 3 questions that can expose the difference between a prompt, an automation, and something genuinely agentic in under a minute. Because this is not just an argument about terminology. The label changes how powerful the thing sounds. A saved ChatGPT conversation sounds useful. An autonomous executive readiness agent sounds like it has already booked a board meeting and started questioning your leadership. And that difference matters. People are spending money, buying expensive programs, and wasting entire weekends building complicated systems for jobs that a normal ChatGPT or Claude conversation could already do. AI agents may be the new cortisol. For a while, every wellness problem was apparently cortisol. Tired? Cortisol. Hungry? Cortisol. Your trousers no longer fit after Christmas? Somehow also cortisol. Now every AI setup with a name is apparently an agent. So let us test a real example. I saw this example shared in an Instagram post. A follower wrote that she had built an executive readiness coach called Corner Office. It practices interview answers, sharpens positioning, analyses call notes, and tracks job applications. That sounds impressive. It may also be genuinely useful. But what did they actually build? Was it a prompt, a saved ChatGPT or Claude project, an automation, or a genuinely agentic system? Make your guess now. Do not change it halfway through because I will know. Level 1 is a prompt. You open ChatGPT or Claude and say, act as an executive interview coach. Use my resume and this job description. Ask me one question at a time, challenge vague answers, and help me strengthen each response. That alone can run mock interviews. It can critique answers. It can sharpen positioning. It can help identify stronger examples from your experience. Give the conversation a name like Corner Office, and suddenly it sounds like you built software. But at this level, you built a prompt. Possibly a very good prompt. Still a prompt wearing a blazer. Could Corner Office, the AI interview coach, be level 1? Absolutely. But let us not decide yet. Level 2 is a saved workspace. You create a project in ChatGPT or Claude. You upload your resume, job descriptions, interview notes, goals, and previous applications. You add instructions so the AI behaves consistently whenever you return. Now it remembers the context inside that workspace. You do not need to explain your entire career every Tuesday. That is genuinely useful. But it is usually still waiting for you to open it, provide the next piece of information, and ask for the next task. You organize the context. You created a repeatable system. You did not necessarily create an autonomous employee. Could Corner Office, the AI interview coach, actually be a saved project? Very possibly. But we still have 2 levels to go. Level 3 is an automation. A new job is added to a spreadsheet. ChatGPT or Claude compares it with your resume. A cover letter is drafted. The application status is updated. A reminder is created for 3 days later. Now we are doing several connected steps automatically. That can save real time. But if the route was arranged in advance, when this happens, do this, then this, then this. You have primarily built an automation. Adding Claude to the middle of a workflow does not automatically turn the workflow into an employee. It means Claude has been given one job in a process somebody else designed. Could Corner Office simply be a saved project connected to an automation? Yes. And this is where the marketing usually starts getting creative with the job titles. Level 4 is where the word agent becomes much more defensible. Instead of giving the system every step, you give it a goal. For example, help me identify and pursue the strongest executive opportunities that match my experience. The system may decide what information it needs. It may choose among approved tools. It may research roles, compare options, inspect results, change direction when something fails, and continue until it reaches a stopping point. That is more agentic because the system has some freedom to choose the route. The important phrase is some freedom, not consciousness, not independent ambition, and definitely not Claude deciding it deserves a promotion. Could Corner Office genuinely be level 4? It could, but the description has not shown us any of those capabilities yet. So what was Corner Office, the AI interview coach? Based on the description alone, we cannot know for certain. But if I had to bet, level 2, wearing a level 4 costume. A well-organized ChatGPT or Claude project, possibly connected to a simple automation for tracking. Useful? Very likely. An autonomous employee? Probably not. None of the functions described require a genuine agent. Interview practice can happen in a normal chat. Positioning can happen with a resume and a job description. Call notes can be analyzed when the user uploads them. Applications can be tracked in a spreadsheet. The setup may be excellent. The result may be valuable. But usefulness does not prove agency. And that is the distinction the marketing often skips. Because learn how to organize a useful Claude project sounds practical but ordinary. Build your own autonomous AI workforce sounds like you are one webinar away from becoming the founder of a robot empire. The language increases the perceived value before the technology changes at all. And to be fair, some expensive courses may teach genuinely useful systems. But before paying thousands of dollars, ask, am I learning a capability I could not reasonably build myself? Or am I paying someone to rename a prompt, a project, and 3 automations as an AI company? Because every internet era seems to need one phrase that can be applied to absolutely everything. For wellness gurus, it was cortisol. For business gurus, it was passive income. For AI experts, it may now be agents. So here's the test I promised. The next time somebody says they built an agent, ask 3 questions. First, does it choose the next step, or did someone design the entire route in advance? Second, can it recover when the plan fails, or does it stop and wait for a human? Third, can it select and use tools toward a goal without every action being individually instructed? The more freedom it has to plan, act, inspect, and adjust, the more agentic it becomes. But this is a spectrum. There is no magical moment where a workflow gets a promotion and becomes your chief operating officer. Here's the part that matters most. Not everything called an agent is an agent. But more importantly, not every useful task needs one. Sometimes you need an agent. Sometimes you need an automation. Sometimes you need a saved ChatGPT or Claude project. And sometimes you need to stop building an artificial company and paste the job description into the chat. Claude can be extraordinarily useful without becoming your chief strategy officer. ChatGPT can help run half your workflow without becoming your employee. The value may be real. The job title is optional. Thanks for listening. Now like the video, subscribe, and tell me in the comments, what is the most ordinary thing you have seen someone rebrand as an AI agent? See you soon!